Hey Deckers, welcome to our latest performance roundup, where we're going to be looking at the latest performance for Last Epoch, Pacific Drive, Gods Against Machines, Inkulinati, and Anomaly Agent. Kicking things off with Anomaly Agent, and a huge thanks to Few Games for giving us a key to test this one out on the Steam Deck. This is running at a perfect 120 frames per second on the monitor that I'm using to record, but this will run at 90 or 60 perfectly fine on the Steam Deck depending on your version, and at only 11 watts you're going to get a good 3 to 4 hours battery life and up to 5 on the Steam Deck OLED in this fast and frantic pixel art side scroller that will have you in slight frustration occasionally if you get your timings wrong, as you'll have to try again, as it is a quick fail with very short levels, which means you can save and pick up on the go and no issues with offline or resume functionality. It's a great game to pick up and play on the go. Next up, we recently covered Last Epoch, which released on the 21st of February and is now in mixed reviews due to the server issues. However, they are working on that and should be more stable soon. There was a great patch yesterday, but I did highlight the issue with some of the quirks on the Steam Deck with the map not working. But if you switch to Proton Experimental, the map works perfectly fine, and a lot of that microstutter is also gone. We do seem to get a few extra frames per second as well, but it will re-download about 5 gig once you switch over to Proton Experimental, so don't expect to be able to switch over and just run straight away, but it is definitely a lot better. If you're looking to dive into Last Epoch, it's definitely worth switching to Proton Experimental before you start. Today's video is sponsored by OneState by Chillbase, and I've been absolutely blown away by this game. It's available on iOS and Android, and you can be whoever you want by taking different jobs. You can start your own business or even become a gangster. Along the way, you'll meet players from the real world, as you can have up to 400 players on a server, especially in the UK, and they can also choose how they play as cops or soldiers, and obviously some make gangs, and you've got some gang warfare going on as well. With the latest OneState update, they've even thrown in gang houses and gang shops, so you can hang out with your crew and gear up your weapons and challenges before you take on other gangs. You can run full ultra graphics, which is what you're seeing, and if you use our Steam Deck gaming code once in game, you'll get 10k bucks as well. Check out the link in the description below to download on iOS or Android, and we'll hope to see you in OneState. Next up, we have Pacific Drive, and the amount of options available in this game are absolutely insane. Really great customizability, but for the video settings, my best settings that I found are to run full screen with anti-aliasing on TXAA, anti-aliasing set to high, view distance and textures at medium, foliage at low, effects on medium, post-processing on low, shaders on medium, shadows on low, headlights car shadows on but screen space shadows off, and then all of the sliders at the highest low preset. So just tap them down until medium just switches to low, and then you'll get a very good balance of the game overall. Now for the most part, this does seem to run quite well and does manage 30 to 40 frames per second. With all the interactiveness of this game, does perform exceptionally well with so much depth to the storyline and what you can do with your car. However, there is a major problem that once you put this device in your car, the frames per second just die. Now, I'm not sure what's going on here, but it does seem to have a huge performance hit as soon as you put that device inside your car, which is about half an hour to an hour in, depending on how much you explore around before you get to this point, and there is nothing you can do about it. Hopefully the developers can fix whatever is causing this, but from this point forward, you're not going to manage to get 30 frames per second anymore, and you're going to be bouncing between 20 and 26. Really unfortunate, and hopefully we'll see a fix for this soon, and we can see why this doesn't have an official status on the Steam Deck just yet. We'll keep an eye on the situation, and if this does get fixed, we'll be sure to have a video on the channel. Next up, we have the incredibly unique Inkulinati. We even ran a giveaway for this on Twitter recently, so keep your eye out. We might even have another one coming up. Huge thanks to Yaza Games for giving us the key to test this out and for that giveaway. And my goodness, is this perfect for the Steam Deck. This very chill turn-based strategy game is straight from medieval manuscripts, where you get to draw in the characters that you want during the game and also in early planning at the start between all different types of class, and great little mini events to actually get the attack bonuses from all your attacks along the way. Beautiful graphics, wonderful background music, and an intriguing storyline definitely makes this one a great game to pick up and play on the Steam Deck. Last up, we have Gods Against Machines, which is releasing on the 26th of February. Huge thanks to Silver Eye Studios for giving us a key to test this one out early on the Steam Deck, and it's another one that's working perfectly fine. In Gods Against Machines, your world is under attack from a ruthless race of machines, and you have to choose your starting abilities based on some elements. As you can see, I went with the Earth element here to gain powers to take out the machines before they can ravage the world. It's a very quick and easy simple game, but it does develop as you progress on this interesting take on tower defense, where you don't have towers as such, you just have abilities. There are lots of abilities to unlock along the way and tons of different routes that you can take on the skill trees, so it certainly will keep you entertained for hours on the Steam Deck. It's a very quick and easy pick up and play game as well. As you can see on the graphics wise, pretty much out of the box you're getting a good 50 to 60 frames per second, so you're not going to have any issues running this on the Steam Deck LCD or OLED. Again, with only around 12 watts draw on the OLED, you're going to get a good 4 to 5 hours battery time and about 2 to 3 hours on the LCD. That's it for this week's performance updates. Let us know in the comments below if there's any games that you would like to see us update you on in the near future. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.